Hey everybody, welcome back. Alright, so I'm gonna share with you a few goodies. As you can see, I've got this pretty awesome cigar box. And we have Kitty who is hungry and trying to get in on the action. Say hi to Bella, everybody. She's usually not up here, but she's trying to get my attention to she's hungry. So okay, so I picked up this sorry if you see her tail wagging, she is trying to talk to me. So I picked up this cigar box a while ago at an estate sale for like next to nothing. How freaking cool is this? It's still pretty dirty on the inside, but I'm gonna clean it out. And there's just all kinds of cool stuff. So apparently the person who had this was using it for files. And it's written there too. So that's kind of a bummer. But what I'm thinking is this is going to become a really neat... Bella, don't do that. It's going to become a really neat... book cover. So I don't know for sure how I want to do this one, but I'm thinking maybe either Coptic stitch, or I was inspired recently by another another junk journal maker on a way that they bound a book and shared it, and I don't know, I might try and see if I can figure out how they did that. I did ask if I could be inspired by her design, and she said sure. So anyway, so cigar box and naughty kitty. Can you see the tail? Yeah, I know, you're cute. You're not going to show your face though, huh? Okay. So I'm going to pull, so obviously the cigar box is pretty dark and brooding. So I feel like Tim Holtz paper is pretty much perfect for it. So I went ahead and pulled some papers out of this little paper pad. So this one is Menagerie. And I pulled a few papers out of this one. If you've been scrapping for any time at all, you'll know this one. I've actually had this for years and years. Probably I got this when I graduated high school, which was over 20 years ago. Maybe not that long ago, but anyway, this one's an old one. It's pretty cool. Pretty neat papers. So there's that one. And then I pulled a few things out of this one, which is another Tim Holtz, and it's called Paper Stash. And then, of course, you have to have some Seven Gypsies, because it's kind of hand in hand. Tim Holtz and Seven Gypsies go hand in hand. Sorry, I'm trying to deal with the cat at the same time. So I just grabbed one of each of these. I don't know if I'll use them all, but I'll quickly go through those too. I just kind of wanted to give you an idea of what I was looking at. This is a book that I picked up from the Goodwill a while back, and it's by Fossil, and it's just a really cool book. And to be honest with you, I just don't use it too often because I keep forgetting I have it. But this to me says art journal. But each page is basically a different style, and obviously, so basically the book is showing all their different tins throughout the years, and you know, they're known for their watch tins that their watches come in. So this is kind of fun book. So I pulled a few things out of there, and yeah, I'll go to that after a little bit. So here's a quick look at some of the things I pulled out. This is, I think, Seven Gypsies again. It's just a little file folder. Here's a few playing cards that I got it at an estate sale. I won't use all 4 of these, but I figure if I'm going to decorate some, I might as well decorate a few. Some blank tags that'll be ready for decorating. This is another Tim Holtz ephemera. There will be a lot more Tim Holtz ephemera in this journal. I just didn't grab it yet. This is some packaging from a Smashbook, I think, packaging, but I like the grid on this side, so probably we'll turn that into a tag of some kind. Here we have, I don't know if I'll keep this one because it's kind of a scalloped girly edge, but I like the craft paper color of it, so I'm kind of thinking of those tones. Here are some stickers that I actually got from AliExpress. Oh, sorry about my fingers are all full of glue. If you notice that, it's not skin, it's just glue. I was using some Fabri-Tac a few minutes ago. But these are really fun, and I wasn't quite sure how I was going to use these, but I still got them. So I'm going to try and incorporate some of these throughout the journal. And then obviously there's some really cool, I don't know if these are just tags or, yeah, these are just tags. These are from maybe AliExpress as well, or might be Seven Gypsies. I tend to kind of put things all just together. So I'll pull a few things out of here and use some of that. Oh, some twine. And then, so here I have just a kind of, I went through and got a collection of some old book pages and other things that I haven't used from other projects. This is an old ledger, check receipt, some unused coffee dyed papers. We've got some notebook paper. This was from my last project. I just had a few pieces left over. These might become pages. They might become, they might be used in ephemera or to cover other pages with, maybe. Got some really old diarrhea. We've got some, I won't use that. Got some really old dictionary pages. Actually, I like that. Diatonic. I'll have to figure that out. I don't know. Might just tear that part off. But these are really cool. They got really neat pictures, and then there's like, this is all age. I didn't do anything to these, so I got several dictionaries, and this one's really awesome. This is from a magazine from the 1880s. This is actually from the 1880s. And you can see how old it is by, I just folded it in half and it just cracked. So that's how old the paper is. But what I would use this for is to paste down on top of another piece of paper or something. If I wanted to cover, you know, some words or whatever, some writing maybe. This is from a Reader's Digest. I just really liked the way that it looked. I'll chop it off right there. But really liked that. And then another one from a Reader's Digest. I just thought it looked really cool, would work in this journal. This is another vintage ledger from 1947-48. Some more coffee dyed paper. This is actually from Book Pages, so I'll use this and maybe add gesso and something else to kind of cover it, kind of keep it looking a little bit dark and aged still. Some more just coffee dyed papers. Here is just another, it's from a book I got, and I actually, oh, I never noticed that. That's funny. I coffee dyed some pages from the book, and I just love the way this looks. And then I'll just cover the back of this with maybe, you know, some of those book pages or something that I mess with. Here are some of these that I showed recently in what to do with your scraps video, and they've just kind of been sitting in my stash and I haven't been using them, and I thought, well, these would be kind of great to use in this journal, so I'll see if I can incorporate them somehow. here are the pages that I pulled out of the fossil book. These are glossy though, so I might figure out a way to ungloss them, degloss. I love this. I don't love the back. Obviously, it's not quite right for this journal, but I thought this would be great to paste onto the back of another piece of paper, or if I wanted to tear parts of it and use it for ephemera. That's really cool. I like this. Maybe I'll fold it and use it like that. I don't like how it says fossil. I know obviously that's kind of hard to get away from, but we'll see. I might add some of my own paper on top of this to kind of hide some of that so it's not so obvious, but like those. This is, where is this from? This is maybe from buying a pair of shoes or some kind of packing material. But this is really cool stuff. I like to hold on to this. I didn't do anything to this yet, but sometimes I'll coffee dye it. This has actually really nice texture, and you can tell that it's recycled paper because there's little bits of old other papers in there. So what I like to do with this is, for something like this, it's great to kind of cover the things that you don't really want showing. So that's kind of what I was thinking I'll use this for. Or I could actually even use this for book pages too. It's a little bit thin, but it's no worse than putting some tissue paper in, and or tracing paper. Actually, it's thicker than both of those. So yeah, I'll use some of that, and this is some old ledger paper, some more coffee dyed papers. Here's some more packaging paper, again for the same things, and same with this, and this I did coffee dye. So I just, oh no, this is wrapping paper. This was white wrapping paper from the Dollar Tree that I just tore into pages like this size and then coffee dyed. So so that's that. I'll use that in some way. Obviously it's not a junk journal if you don't have some coffee dyed music paper. So token music paper. We may or may not use that in here. I don't know if this is quite the right journal for that, but so those are the kind of odds and ends pieces of things that I've gathered. And then here's the papers I pulled from those scrapbook pads. So I tried to pick ones that were kind of travel-y or darker and grungier than things I normally would use. More manly, I guess. I don't want to be too manly. Advertising. And then this, I feel like this is from a different paper pad. This is something I coffee dyed a while back. I want to say it's a DCWV, but it's thinner paper. And I wanted more thinner paper because I do have a lot of scrapbook paper here, so I don't want it to be too much scrapbook paper. I want it to be easy to turn things. Again, this is from a different paper pad. I want to say this is crepe paper, and I can't remember exactly which one it is, but again, this one was coffee dyed, and I just really love the colors. I think they're really cool. May not use this because it's kind of floral, but I'll tear this apart and use this throughout the book too. And then here are the other papers that I kind of picked out. So these are all from the Tim Holtz. I won't use this half because I already have this one in that other 8x8 size, but I liked this bottom half, so I'll save these for a different project. But those are nice sheets. They're smaller and they work really well for junk journals, I think. So kind of a nod to the ledger that I've used. I think of gambling when I look at this one, and that's a really cool, interesting red. But you know what? There's red in the box, and I think it'll stand out well. So there's that one. Here is from that Old World stack. These are white on the back. I don't want to coffee dye these because they don't really need any more done to them. And they're already kind of thick, so I don't know. I'm thinking I might take some of this other scraps of paper or like the book pages that I coffee dyed and use that to kind of cover the back. Maybe do collaging or something in that and see how that turns out. Might become too thick, or these might be the signature covers. We'll see. It kind of depends on how I bind this one too. So like this a lot. This one's kind of perfect for this journal and this one as well. And then here's those 7 Gypsies ledger papers, and these are all double-sided. It's the same pattern on both sides, so thought some of these would go really well in the book. So there we have it. A little quick and fast. Oh, and I forgot to show you this. So I just had this in my fabric scraps that I had handy. This is actually suiting material that I picked up from, I want to say, Hancock Fabrics a long time ago. And then, you know, it's just a spare piece. But probably will incorporate maybe some of that. I don't love the sparkly part of it though. I kind of want to keep away from doing sparkles and shiny stuff. I also have this, which is from, it's Tim Holtz again. I don't think it's quite right for this journal because obviously this is saying London, and cigars, these cigars are from, you know, south of the border, so it's not quite right for that. But I was thinking if I used this, I could use like from there to there, depending on how tall the book is. I don't know. We'll see. I might not use this one, but there's also this. I'm trying to avoid too much airmail messaging, basically. But then let me show you. So these are all airmail. But I kind of like this. I don't know. Maybe. And I kind of like that, too. So these might make an appearance. We'll see. We'll see. I don't know for sure. But so there we go. I've got kind of a fun little mixture of things. All very vintage and distressed and aged looking. But I'm pretty excited to get started. And I'll take you along with me, at least for the deconstruction and reconstruction of this part. I can't decide, you guys. This part, this side, obviously I'll have to cover this up with some. This side would make a really cool cover if it was like this, but then this is also really cool too. So I don't know. Obviously I'll have to seal this with something because, you know, this is already falling off. But we'll just have to take each of the 4 sides off, and then I'll use this back as the back of the journal. I'm really excited about this. The more I'm looking at it, the more excited I'm getting. Okay, so this will be fun. I'm going to get started on it right away this weekend, I think, because it's too dang hot outside to do too much outside, so I might be spending some time indoors crafting and bringing you guys along with me. Alright, I hope you all had a really good week. It was a long week for me. I've been kind of dealing with some pinched nerve issues in my upper back and some tingling and pain in my arm, my right arm. So I've kind of not been working as often or as long of hours in my craft room to try and avoid making it worse or not helping it heal. But I'm going to do my best this weekend. I don't want to overdo it and make things worse again. But yeah, I've started going to the chiropractor in the last 2 weeks, and it's helped a lot. I know it's not going to change overnight, and I totally expected that. But after the first adjustment, it was amazing. I can't really describe to you. I didn't realize I was that tight and tense until afterwards. Oh, it was great. But yeah, so I'm trying to keep it a little bit easy. But yeah, it kind of has been a little bit of a long week for me. It's obviously not fun to sit at work all day, and that's kind of part of the problem. But anyway, I don't know why I went off on a tangent just now. So yeah, I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your evening and have a great start to the weekend tomorrow. And I will share the next video with you all very soon. Bye!